But Arsenal fights it through at any point, and time now, and it is finally there. Ham on the board, maybe a chance at Kawasi, but he's got too much to account for, too much to deal with.
Standing here with Coach Zix, congratulations on that first win on Lotus. I wanted to ask you some insights on that map. Why did you let it float through? Because this was a big loss against Sentinels back in stage 1 at Kickoff, and then it was a permaban that you guys had during Shanghai.
To be honest, we just didn't like Sunset. I mean, Lotus was a map, honestly, that we were good on in the past, but that we felt we needed a comp change. I feel comfortable sharing that now, but yeah, we felt we needed a comp change, but with so little time, we felt like because we had an open, like we didn't permaban anything at the time, we just decided, why not just permaban it? Definitely felt very good and looked good today. A lot in part because of our antis and a lot of, honestly, Gen G, just watching their VODs, like we learned a lot. So big props to them, big shout out to them. But yeah, it was a very good match from us. Hopefully it continues for map 2.
Hopefully it does continue. Congratulations and good luck on Bind.
Thank you so much, Vansili, for that extra insight. Thanks to Coach Zix as well. But 100 Thieves pick up the win on EG's pick of Lotus, 13-10. And there were so many things you could pick apart of that one. We talked about it briefly in the halftime, how Giacomo started things off slowly and then, was able to like ramp things up. But then you had a lot of players individually popping off. Like, what a match it was, Ender.
Yeah, no, it was really, really good. And I think 100 Thieves absolutely dialed in at the end because it's 10-10. And they go for this great reclear towards C. They've got 2 players there already, but then EU heats up to get involved here and bringing down this orb. They're all ready for these players.
And this is the coordination that we were missing in those first few series. 100 Thieves was losing, and we saw be so good in their last game against MIBR.
And their timing, too, is perfect. 3 players of EG have util in hand. I think they sent it off hearing a Prowler go out. There's only 1 dude with a gun in hand. He didn't have a chance. EG couldn't do anything about that play.
Yeah, I mean, really just an excellently played half there from 100 Thieves, because you were a little concerned going into it, right? Because you were starting to see Giacomo really begin to heat up. It was getting a little scary. In the beginning, we were like, oh, what's going on? You're pulling a secret agent over here. And then little by little, Giacomo just continued his reign of terror, even though they weren't able to pick up the dub.
Yeah, he started off 0-7 and then brought it back with multi-kills like this. It was just insane how he's able to string together all these kills and bring momentum into the next half, where he honestly ended up popping off. He ended the first half, what, like 6-11 or 7-11, and brought it back to being positive, which is ridiculous.
And you see how much impact he has on the attacking side for EG. The fast rotates to set up their next area that they want to take space from. The way he's entering, his slides and his movement are so good at isolating side anchors and getting the opening kills for EG. And on top of that, his mechanics, his aim are just ridiculous when he's on. He was the guy that almost won this game for EG.
Yeah, and just to quickly give some hope for EG fans, yeah, you lost the first map, but EG has lost first map Lotus to 2 teams before in the past, Sentinels and Loud, and they brought it back and reverse swept. So there's some positives here to look forward to, just like how Giacomo brought it back and made himself positive.
Yeah, no, that is completely fair. Good thing to keep in mind as we take a look at Coach Potter, who's standing by with Vansili for map 2.
Standing here now with Coach Potter. Potter, this was a tough first map here, a tough loss against 100 Thieves, and I feel like this has got to be difficult because you're playing against your ex-coach, Zix. So does that make the preparation a lot harder going into this game?
Not really. For us, we've been focusing hard on ourselves and just going back and kind of fixing our own mistakes. It is unfortunate. I feel like we could have closed that Lotus out. I'm proud of the guys for the comeback that we had, and that means a lot coming into maps 2 and 3.
Well, hopefully we'll see that for sure. Good luck, Potter.
Thank you.
All right, so you got some optimism there from Potter and the EG camp, which, obviously you got to have here, right? This is a high-pressure game. Let's not forget about the stakes of this matchup. If you're just joining us, we have 1 spot left in the playoffs here, VCT Americas, and one of these 2 teams is going to claim that spot at the end of the day today.
Absolutely, but for EG fans, you are selling some hope with Giacomo, and you might be looking at this one thinking, we're going into bind against 100 Thieves, and they've been damn good on that map all year. But the last time we saw EG play, they debuted a new comp, pulling out the Omen on this map, and I think they looked great. The ideas they had to take different parts of the map with various Omen one-ways, scale off that, and then have these really powerful hits helped out by the Omen TPing in and Paranoias as well. It looked great.
It was really interesting because they'd use those one-ways on the teleporters, right? On the doors there, so that they could never get crunched on when they were trying to exec into a site. Now, that said, what we heard Zix talking about already on Lotus was like, hey, they came in, they did their antis. You saw that, yeah, they got burned the one time by A+ like ghost double dinks. But after that, like EU's like trained watching the flanks, so not letting that come through. So I am really curious what 100 Thieves antis are going to be coming into this bind map against that one-way, you know, double smoke thing that they've already seen.
Yeah, of course. Now, we do want to let everyone know, a quick delay on stage. We're going to get everything sorted, and then we'll jump into the action as soon as possible. Thank you so much for bearing with us. But to continue the conversation, though, something you had said, Mimi, about, you know, how this EG team has really improved their play on Bind. But is it enough? Do you feel like, because, I mean, Bind, 100 Thieves, it's like peanut butter and jelly. It feels like it just goes hand in hand with one another, you know?
I think a lot of this comes down to how good the prep is for 100 Thieves. We haven't seen a team beat this comp yet. So they're kind of in the unique position where they're the squad who has to really figure out what are the weaknesses, what are the holes, and come in with a great game plan here.
And I think what I would do, sort of like going against the one-ways, because the really annoying thing about those is that you don't actually know when they're down. You just have to assume they're kind of down at all times because you don't know the one-ways are on the TP until you actually go into the TP. So it's not like you can react to that specific cue. You have to look for other cues that EG are going to be giving you. And the way a lot of teams like to play Bind on defense is they'll fight around the teleporter. So they'll fight like A short to TP through into hookah. They'll fight for B long to get the fast TPs onto the other lane. I think it might be possible that 100 Thieves shift their play a little bit more, play heavier actually inside hookah itself to lock that down and fight heavier over showers from the actual showers position.
Yeah, and to talk about, you know, the attacking side approach for 100 Thieves, something that they're really good at doing is splitting sites and just util bombing back site. But what are you going to do now that there's a one-way in Octagon, there's a one-way in showers, right? And it's traditionally the Viper, and you can kind of wait that out, but with an Omen on the field, you can cycle the one-ways. That's the difference here. Is your cohesion still going to be on point like it is?
I will say, though, I think 100 Thieves have always been pretty good at playing these slower mid-rounds and finding those gaps in normally up against that Viper utility to actually scale and take this space in long. I think playing against this Omen comp does necessitate a slower game plan on your attacking side, which I feel like Busio is good for.
Yeah, and that will be certainly a challenge for Busio as we get ready for Bind. And he stood up again. That will be number 6 or 7, if I'm keeping the tally correctly. No, I'm pretty sure. I've been keeping track. I've been counting. I think it might be 5 or 6. 6, 7 might be troll. It's one of those 3 numbers there. But, of course, there's a lot of pressure for both of these teams as we had set that stage beforehand for EG and 100 Thieves. There's so much happening here as well. The dynamics between the players on each side. Busio and Zix being a part of the championship EG roster last year and then moving to 100 Thieves, trying to give themselves, you know, an opportunity to really, I guess, shine outside of the EG camp.
It's very true. Honestly, like, you're setting up a beautiful story. I'm seeing something very different for EG.
What do you see?
They're off the Omen.
Oh,
really?
I'm seeing a Viper.
Is that why you had your eyes trained to the screen?
Yeah, I'm right up on the screen there trying to see what's going on.
All right, well, let's see what we got here.
Oh, wait, me when I lie.
You lie.
And you are a dirty liar. All right, well, there you make sure you're paying attention, viewers. All right, there you go. The agent's locked in.
100 Thieves will go back to the comp they've always been playing on
that's
this
the comp
map.
I saw.
I will say, strong word, Christian. I think really big strengths for this one is you have a lot of initiator utility to, in the mid-round, re-clear these longs, the long and on the other side towards showers, to be able to take that space in the mid-round once those one-ways are down. I think, though, for 100 Thieves, they're going to be a lot stronger on that attacking side, and I think the Omen is a little less strong there, especially compared to that Viper you're giving up.
Well, let's see if 100 Thieves can close it out with a 2-0 here and now, or will EG force that map 3? Because you know they desperately need to. Let's go ahead and send it back over to your casters for this one. It's Uber and Wyatt yet again.
Let's go! 100 Thieves got to be feeling good coming into this second map with already 1 under their belt. It's Bind a map that they've been credited as kind of the ones that drew up the blueprint for, Wyatt.
Absolutely. This has been their home. They've been nigh impossible to beat here until recently. Lev were able to do that task exactly just a couple weeks ago on this map.
Comp as well. They used it against them.
They ripped it from them and beat them with it. 100 Thieves in that game looked more lost than I've really ever seen them on Bind. I'd never seen their fundamentals on this map look so off. They were sometimes outpacing their own utility, overextending and dying, sometimes going too slowly. The utility becoming ineffective because of it. It's an excellent comp. They're excellent here. They know how to win, but they need to execute it better than they did against Leviathan to beat a formidable EG.
So far, they've shaped up in a big way on Lotus, a map we hadn't seen from them in a while, but now on Bind, it's familiar territory for your Thieves. Okay, here comes that flash. Followed up by the wingman. Arsenault has an off angle, and he makes good use of it here. Doesn't back away to the TP. He's good for the fight. He'll take two. And he will be there to swing on in and follow up.
And 100 Thieves love to play players in that teleporter corner. Sometimes it's Arsenal, a lot of times it'll be Bang. And somehow they're always able to get kills there.
Tight little off angle, right?
Yeah, they're so effective at baiting attention, drawing it from the attackers towards that octagon side, making it free for that tucked player to get at least theirs. They turn Apoth. Tall task here.
Boostio looks like he's almost smiling from the corners of his mouth, playing that position with the shorty. Here's the plant by Triple. We'll have the TP play for EU. He's on his way to be met by Apoth instantly. You know, it's all about flanking and how to counter it.
Apoth will be the one to win this round if EG can somehow bring this back.
But don't double swing that!
What a shot!
Just Boostio, they close the hip challenge! Apoth gets cryo. Yes, Snakebite keeps him at bay for now, but Bang has an awkward situation to work with. 1 versus 1, and Apoth will be canning about this. He swings it. Bang chasing.
The speed from the stem.
Apoth just baits him away.
He didn't even get half yet.
He's too fast. Now Sunspan through the wall, gets it to half. Apoth thinks about it now, finally peeks out, but oh, he's too good for this. Oh, he's too good. Bang gets his head ripped clean off. And EG with a nail-biting pistol.
Oh, there's no world where they should be winning that. Just that bit of health as well given to him from nature, the sky. That is outrageous. Apoth with the ghost, man. He was doing it against rifles on Lotus. Against pistols, that's way too easy for him, Mitch. He could do that all day.
Oh, buddy.
Use
that to perfection.
Those stims were so good as well, just to get the speed to tuck around the corner, to throw Bang off, and he wasn't able to get to half on the spike, and that was his undoing.
Okay, Bang. The frustration written all over his face after that pistol. Has to put it out of his mind now. As this time we don't see that tucked position by TP from 100 Thieves.
And that's that annoying one-way all the way up along towards Octagon that Superman will place very frequently. It denies jump spotting, so it's going to force some of that information utility to have to come out. Jojimo, nicely done on that angle.
Yeah, they really syncopate their aggression towards B. They don't push up into Hookah at all. And they're just contacting this. Asking a couple shots here. Dizzy comes out. EG able to bring 2 of the defenders down now, and it is just going to be EU left. Looking to convert here on this anti-eco.
For all of that first map, Lotus, who was EG, that were down trying to claw back. Maybe here on Bind, the pick of 100 Thieves is where they can finally be the team in the lead. Force some uncomfortable decisions for 100 Thieves to have to make in tight economy rounds. That was always EG's undoing.
Always the reflection of these smokes from Superman.
So frustrating to deal with.
And EU had to bide most of his time waiting for Boostio to make a push onto the B side. That smoke is still up, only just now dissipating. Jorg is dealt with here, but EU does not have the time to do anything else. See what he can get coming out of this round, but EG have successfully converted here.
Nicely done from Derek, getting close to that first thrash. Of course, easy for Gecko to just cycle that ultimate over and over. What I'm thinking about now, though, is just you have to appreciate EG's willingness to come into this stage trying new things on pretty much every single map. Whether it was ISO early on, the Neon with Jojimo, this double smokes comp here. They took that time off from Shanghai to reinvent themselves in that way. And they're up against a team 100 Thieves that were at Shanghai that didn't have the time to invent themselves in a new way after. They're playing the standard stuff. They're playing what they have in the past. And when they're at the top of the mountain and everyone is watching them on Bind, watching this comp, everyone is going to learn how to counter it, how to anti their setups.
Same one way towards Octagon again. Apoth moves in behind it. Ready to set those brim smokes up here on the B side, and instantly Jorg comes out. Dizzy paves the way, but Jorg's hit by one himself. Boostio has the counter flash. And EG fall to pieces now. Nature gets his, but that's it. EU for 3 in the round. 100 Thieves establish themselves in this game.
Yeah, just like that, swatted down by a simple but effective crossfire on the B site. You can see the pathing that Jojimo wanted to go for. Throwing that nade on the right side back tube, satcheling to the left with the Dizzy up, hoping that that player would be pushed into him right there. Boostio, but Boostio was not blinded. Able to get that clean kill. While EU...
Yeah, they could counter. They counter Dizzy timing on Jorgimo, really messed him up.
Absolutely. That was just the bonus, though. Here's the full buy for EG. They have that thrash for Derek. Could be pivotal.
Well, on this A side, we see Cryo, who loves to swing his own smokes quite often. Thrash gets to his target. Arsena has to get busy, but he
has to get broken.
He has to bring it down. Jorg just rips through 100 Thieves.
That just has to get broken. You can't allow that thrash to connect. And not in a setup like that. A high-low, 2 people looking at it.
Grenade!
Tragic for 100 Thieves.
Oh, it's an unmitigated disaster, Wyatt. Make no mistake. 100 Thieves win against that bonus, and now a shaky economy is about to get dashed.
They have to save these rifles. They will have a buy into the next because of it. No option but.
2 rifles saved means that 5 can have them in the next round. Obviously, Boosty and Arsena are skint, as they say.
What a fast round from EG. The swiftness up short, and then at the same time, too, a small thing to note, but you know, Nature was clearing out showers with the Trailblazer at the same time, which forced that third player back triple, where they went down when the hit came in through short.
It's Cryo, I think.
That's going to be a consistent battle against EU in the showers area of the map. Oh, wow, bang.
Okay.
Able to hold that rifle.
Great way to keep it lit on the economy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, throwing away 3 for EG is very significant.
Here it is. Oh, Jorg makes a perfect decision. Knows that Arsena is the undetained player. Yeah, some big multi-kill scenarios in that last round.
Here's the thing, with that 3K from Jaw, he's now got the showstopper. If they want to continue this electric pace that they're on, go for another fast hit, the showstopper is the perfect tool to do it.
Same mosh here, designed for Octagon. Obviously the one way also being committed there. It's the most important part of the map for 100 Thieves, I have to say. That B long spot, they've been forced off of it the last few rounds. Cheeky, Apot, all too cheeky. Bang's been rock solid the last couple of rounds.
Heal up, squad.
That fight a little bit awkward for Apoth, honestly, just because of the one-way from Superman. You know, not able to get a great angle there.
He wanted to test it. He wanted to challenge it. And he got burnt as a result. Bang still very healthy here. Ready to hold down. He's got Boostio turn anti-flash for him here. Might need some help from him in a moment. Bang's good for the 1, and here comes Jaw! No connection. Boostio just able to get away from the explosion. Now the Nightfall defensively. EU ready to hold his ground. Little wingman action. EU playing close. Jaw got smashed. Super very, very low. And yeah, a little spray down from EU is pretty good for Derek. The last option didn't last much longer.
These crossfires on B looking effective from 100 Thieves so far. Boostio, perhaps a little bit lucky to get away with his life, but did a nice job getting out at just the right time to tuck that corner into elbow. Escape Jojimo's rocket. Bang starting to heat up just a bit. Was a slow starter on Lotus. Didn't end up really getting much done. We do know that he's an incredibly talented Viper player. Anchoring specifically. There's just certain areas of each map, like if you're on Icebox, you know he's going to be towards B main. He's going to be a rock there. And I associate him in the same way with B on this map, playing towards long.
Cryo's been rotated over to the B side this time. Because the Viper speed here for Bang will funnel EG to the extremities. In this case, 3 to shower for the attackers.
Oh. Not Jojimo with the airplane bucket. Oh, no. Derek going to collect another orb, work towards another Thrash as fast as possible. Get those easy plants with the wingman, stack them up.
EG here on the group up. They do have obviously 2 players inserted towards that Shower's exit, and they may look to test this pip with the Trailblazer.
Yeah, and Derek just got a little exchange, picks up with the spike there as the Trailblazer. Nicely done from Bang, good movement.
Arsena steps ahead of the smoke here. He knows the hit's about to come in. Here comes Jorg. Bucky in head. And Bucky clatters to the ground. Arsena takes him down with a paint shell. Bang in front of the TP. Emerges from the Viper spin at just the right time. Now EG aren't cooking anything this round.
Absolutely locked down from 100 Thieves. And in a small way, but in a fairly significant way, you're seeing the repercussions of Bang's 3K in the post round a couple rounds ago when they were trying to take his rifle away. But he actually gets 3 because of it. Got to the Viper's pit sooner, able to use it earlier in the half, and forcing EG in this tough economic situation. Small things add up, and that made a significant difference.
Big round for Bang, another one. Multiple 3Ks he's been able to string together. Now EG pretty unsuccessful in that previous round, but only had a Bucky and a bunch of pistols to play with. This time buying in around the orbital strike of Apoth. Of course, they do have Seekers to play with, but none of those big shock and awe entry, ultimates like the Thrash or the Showstopper. They're going to have to wait on those. And now Potter masterminding a plan to get them into the lead in this round. It's 3 apiece.
We're really going to need to see EG on the stack do a more comprehensive job of clearing out Belong. They've succumbed to players tucked in the corner, Bang on the previous, fighting close, staying in Octagon. It's where the Sky utility can really pay off, having that Trailblazer to run through, clear all of those corners, force Bang out of a position like that, but they're giving up just honest duels in that area and then getting bested by crossfires when they try to work their way into the site. That area of the map is one where 100 Thieves really know how to play. It's going to need to be addressed at some point here from EG. They can't just give it up.
The one way from EG breaks up the crossfire from the TP cubby and Octagon crossfire that 100 Thieves like to put together. So that means that Bang is forced to play back within Octagon or even fall back from that mosh pit that often gets thrown at him.
There's that one way again from Superman. He was pushed up all the way safely into Shower. And because of that, look at the rotation top map. That's going to be Cryo working closer towards the B site, getting in range with the smokes.
So much space has been bought. They will still check this off corner. Apoth this time doesn't challenge the one way.
And there's that dog to force back Bang.
Slowly but surely, space being taken by EG. They're now set up in Octagon.
Look at Apoth. He has his ultimate. Could be a moment to place that and get a kill, but it's actually Superman cross map. Deals with Arsena somehow.
It's that lurking Omen. Superman has ultimate available. The TP is there. Apoth is down. They need the Omen smokes on this side if they want to be able to get it behind them, but they have to slow this up. Here comes that TP play now. The drag of the rotations over towards A. Guiding Light catches EU. He's forced to now play tentatively here from behind Triple. Standard smokes and E would love to interrupt this plant, but Ringman gets the job done. He'll have to play back for retake. Thrash now for the attack as Derek goes hunting. Brought down before he found his mark. Oh, this is ugly. Oh, it's dirty. 100 Thieves try to challenge into U-Haul, but EG had it locked down.
Lovely from Nature there, fighting a bit deeper into the site. Great call as well, TPing at the perfect time off the Trailblazers. A nicely done round from Nature, the IGL new to the partnership.
Oh, what? I mean, that singular one way they're throwing over towards Octagon is pulling Cryo out of position, making that TP rotation all the more viable. Nice,
guys. Good job. Good job.
Bringing a lot of the energy to the team as well. It's a tough task in front of him. Going up against the world champion IGL in Boostio. This is a level of play that Nature has not found himself at just yet. He has absolutely risen to the occasion this year in partnerships. His first time in the league. But this is the final test for him. They need this win to make it into the playoffs. Do or die. So much pressure on these young EG players.
It's got to be this map. And it's got to be the next one as well. That would be Ascent. For now, it is all about Bine, and these two teams have been going blow for blow. Both pretty well bought up. Thrash is available here, as well as the Showstopper for the defenders.
And EG have made an adjustment where now, you know, Superman is the one kind of containing towards the shower side of the map, using that extra initiator utility to clear out long here.
Still has that all up, so he can work it. Apar stuck on top of the snake bite. Oh, Arsenal got a freebie as well. 2-for-1 special. Nature fell to the paint shells. Oh man, EG completely shattered on that B long position. Superman again has been ranging far and wide because that ultimate is available. Trying to dig something out.
30 seconds
Maybe
left.
could find a timing here on Boostio. Maybe can isolate a 1v1 and teleport back to his teammates in Hookah.
There's no fast rotation though for the B-side players. They can't go through TP from Hookah. It's like Superman checked elbow there and cancelled, so he is raising.
What is that? How did they just get the kills? Dropping out of Hookah?
Just exploded out of Hookah.
That shouldn't be able to happen.
The double face for 100 Thieves. I guess they were vulnerable to it, stacked up an elbow the way they were. And now it's up to Cryo, who we have hardly spoken of in this game. He's been caught swinging between the two sides like a pendulum, getting pulled out of position. Now he has to pull it together for the Thieves.
Launching smoke.
And frankly, it's 100 Thieves right now playing a better game, but it's the EG players making miracles happen.
Nice try.
That's one. Derek here tests Cryo, now starting to run out of that buffer. Time is ticking. Superman shows himself, then backs away. Cryo, no other option but to go for it here. On the defusion, Derek says no.
100 Thieves have been displaying so many different looks of their B-long control. They vary it constantly. They've all worked, and EG are in the lead. They're constantly finding advantages. But these players from Evil Geniuses just won't give up. This is perfect from them. The Dizzy, the Molly, the utility coming in from Asuna, the showstopper. I mean, look at this, that swing with the satchel. I mean, that is one way to get out of Hookah, the only way to get out of there successfully.
You defeat the crosshair lineup when you have a player to follow up on you. It's just perfect. The 100 Thieves defenders didn't know where to aim at all. Yes, it'll have to be a timeout here. Take a breath.
I mean, it's so frustrating when you know you're making the right decisions. Like, they are playing the utility game well. They are finding the timings at long. They're finding advantages, and they're slipping away. Even back to the pistol round, it was a 2 versus 4 that Apoth and Nature recovered. Every single round, someone from EG is stepping up. Superman is at the bottom of the scoreboard right now for them with only 4 kills, but they've been impact kills from him.
And he was the one who checked elbow with that Omen ultimate. He's the one that telegraphed the double stack of 100 Thieves defenders so that Jorg could make that satchel play out of Hookah.
Massive value. Massive value from him.
And by the way, getting at least doing more than just trading 1-for-1 each time he's playing as the loose end of that A side.
Absolutely.
Impact frags.
In their last game on Bind, he lit the world on fire against Furia. Absolutely torched the Brazilian side. They could never shut him down. He's been outrageous in stage 2. His KD well over 1. Putting up insane numbers. Another rookie to the league who's been playing the game for years, since the beginning, since 2020, but has never found an opportunity to shine on the world stage or even with a top tier team here in the Americas, and now finally has his chance and is proving his worth every single map.
100 Thieves here, stack 3 at the back of A. Brief cursory look over towards Showers, but nothing more. Trailblazer looking to check short here. There's the molly to try and catch them coming down short, but EG are ready for it. Superman's already been able to wrap around. What a timing he found. Cryo's going to be forced back by the Dizzy, and Super's waiting for him. He is in the cookie jar, in the worst way possible, and nobody can stand against him. Rushing out of Shower there. 100 Thieves completely overwhelmed by the pace of EG.
What a cool hit onto that A site from EG, pinching the players in lamps, the teleport in from Superman. Just going right through the Brimstone ultimate laid down. Doesn't have a care in the world. 1 versus 2, the time is just dwindling, so Bang, yeah, not even going to attempt to go for this. Going to bring that Phantom into the next. It's been so back and forth. Yet somehow EG have come away with this massive lead. Every single round has come down to the wire. Except really for this one, some dominance from the EG side, that timing. Derek
in the night
against his old teammate Bang, almost finding an engagement, but they'll both live to see the next round.
1 gun saves. But the money story on the other side of things isn't great. for Run of Thieves. Oh, that flash timing. Superman's so well set up for that.
That Dizzy is perfect from Derek, just drifting past lamps. Catches Cryo on the retreat, shut down by the controller opposition, Superman.
That was the face of Boostio there, of someone who feels like they're doing everything right and still can't get the dub.
A new look here from 100 Thieves as they go for some very proactive shower control. A deep haunt doesn't get broken, so that offers some nice information. As the opposite side, they were standing towards B long. It looked like if they needed to, if they wanted to, perhaps could have gone for an aggressive play through the teleporter, but doesn't come to fruition.
We're back to this crossfire here at the top of B long for 100 Thieves. Haven't seen this since the pistol, I want to say.
Again, listen, when you're up against 100 Thieves, you've got to know they love playing that little crossfire at the teleport. They do it constantly over at B.
He's going to force the use of some util to check that left side. Apoth has a look. Now Octagon control, and simultaneously there is actually some presence here in Hookah. Something we haven't seen from EG now. They're going to split onto this B side. Oh, Asuna gets chomped to bits. Apoth very much ready to capitalize here. And look at the rush! Take it! Heads are rolling! As only the king can demand. And guess what? Your boy Cryo, on his way to the site. Shoulder the pickaxe, off to work.
Now these executes are starting to look really comprehensive from EG.
30 seconds left.
Listen, it's always nice when you get a little bit of a free spam kill to open things up from nature as well, but the Trailblazer after is perfect. Get that easy kill close. The Dizzy perfectly placed from Derek, who's had a fantastic season, a fantastic 2024. Career completely rejuvenated with this EG squad. Was struggling last year with 100 Thieves that couldn't find their footing. Derek had the worst year of his career, and now this year, in all stat categories, has improved massively. Every last one.
And the structures couldn't be any different. Last year, 100 Thieves, they were so restrained, they were so formulaic. Now, this EG team is so free-flowing, given agency by Potter, saying, go, do what you can, find what you can, play with your own intuition. And it's transformed Derek and this team as well. Continue to find success even with such a different roster.
Look at the way that they've been cycling these ultimates on EG. Derek with another Thrash ready. Nature, he felt like he popped his Trailblazer just a round ago. Has that available, a 1 orb. Needs to be acquired for it.
Trailblazer checks down into U-Haul, forces Asuna off the truck. Super, another TP! Super.
It's so cool. It's just so cool. He's TP'd all the way into heaven.
He's looking down at his subjects at EU. I never knew he'd be walking into that. Now to smoke it off, insult to injury. Bang gets ahead of it at least. Super, doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Tell you what, when he may lack in stature outside of the server, he brings inside. What a Goliath. And now it's your boy Boosty, who again has looked frustrated, thwarted many a time in this game. Flash double face.
Every little detail, the jiggle, they spot him, the flash next when they know he'll be watching the angle with the crosshair. Every fine detail from EG ironed out. Starting to play this half to perfection. It was chaotic early on. They were barely scraping the round wins by pure individuality. And now these executes, it's just fantastic.
It's so inventive. Such comfort about trying these harebrained ideas.
And funny enough, the only other player I can think of that likes to get on triple to take fights as much as Superman is Asuna. He's really the only one. Such a wild style to play Omen on in this map. I mean, wild to bring Omen into this map in general in a comp like this. It just does not happen.
Have we seen an orbital strike this game?
From Cryo, I don't believe we have.
He's held it. Never had a real chance to make use of it.
He's been quiet so far, and this is a map where we've seen him drop bombs on teams. Was that like 30 at Shanghai against Foot?
He's getting no action. B constantly getting hammered here by EG.
And those post-timeout adjustments that they made to taking control of B and forcing back those defenders who were so rooted into Octagon early on. Bang specifically was such a thorn in their side there.
Notice that Super's sitting well back here, watching for a flank timing. See him there at the bottom of the minimap while all this is going on. He's going to amble his way over towards Hookah, I'd suggest. Dizzy doesn't spot anything here. Smoke's laid down. Back over towards CT now for EG, but they are biding their time.
30 seconds.
Molly the corner. Now we walk on in. Wingman at the 4. Bang gonna have to pick his spot here perfectly, but EU never had an opportunity to take a fight. There's the orbital strike. Jorg jumps out of it. Bang can't see through it. And that's a showstopper kill on Arsenal, who is waiting in elbow. Down to 2 here for 100 Thieves. Jorg gonna sit tight for now in elbow. Clears the back of it, of course, with that bomb buddy.
This EG crossfire is fantastic.
Bang's got no choice but to try and break through one arm of this pizza. They're going after Derek instead. Job done. Oh, they turn the reflection.
How did they break it?
The passive ankle. Super can't do it. Just one, and Cryo barely stays alive.
How did they break that crossfire? 3-prong. They just take the duels. EG not ready to help each other there. That shot through the wall from Cryo. He's not done much this half, frankly. Finally comes to life in the server at the very end to at least get 4 on the board. But still, this is not a situation we're used to seeing 100 Thieves on this map. This has been their home. They have dominated Bind all year long.
Here is again, finally see that orbital strike come down. Cryo is such a tight angle. They do split that crossfire up. Nice! Okay, let's win it. Come here. So many signs of relief. Let's jubilation on the faces of 100 Thieves. They needed that round real badly. We'll be back, of course, with the second half right after this.
This match has delivered, and we are in our halftime. Now, we're going to flip sides, but we got to talk about some of the top performers. One of those individuals has been someone you kind of saw in the commercial break there, A-Pop. He actually has been lights out for this team in moments where they need him.
Yeah, on the first map and here on Bind as well, he's been super impactful. And this guy's journey is incredible. From playing on the pre-franchising early days EG to last year being on their reserve roster, being the guy who has to fit into different comps to scrim against Boostio and Potter, that team that went on to win champions, and now on the main roster, stepping up.
And the way Potter has used him in this team is so interesting. So many rounds there on the Brimstone. He's actually one of the first players taking fights. When when there's ults available, like he's the one stepping up. Superman also entering in a lot of those rounds. It is wild.
Yeah, the pathing they have with this Omen comp on attack was amazing. But now flipping sides, 100 Thieves with 4. They've been strong on the attacking side. Boostio's mid-rounding especially has been a strong suit.
EG's trying to desperately force that map 3. Playoffs on the line. Let's send it back over to the casters.
It's Cryocells to bail 100 Thieves out there in that last round of the half, getting them to 4, trying to make it respectable.
And I want to see a lot more from him. Now, back in the Stage 1 playoffs, he was putting up a 1.33 KD, and in Stage 2, only 0.89. I mean, that is a steep drop-off for one of the duelists we consider the best in our region, the best in the world.
Here comes a fast hit. Arsenal swooping on in. Claims Jorg, but traded out instantly. Super immediately goes into Lamps. Finds 2 to face him down. Now we see the rest of the defenders working their way in.
Toxins going up.
100 Thieves love to get proactive on these A-hits of pushing over the truck past it with Austin's double satchels. A-Pop is on a mad long flank right now towards Market. A lot of distance to cover.
Derek and H both have flashes here. They come out simultaneously, allowing Derek to push that smoke and wins out versus EU. Counter Dizzy comes in though. Boostio keeping it locked down here. Good pressure on Nature. And out to Apoth, who has that flank timing. Alongside Nature, who was low. 2 versus 2, jump peeks it, comes on through, bang, tucked in the corner. Not able to duck the shots. Here's the defuse attempt for Cryo. What was that? Speak the devil's name, and he doesn't appear.
Oh, what a flick shot. Low HP, who cares? That was nasty from Cryo. If he can come to life, 100 Thieves, they're begging for him to do so. They need him. He's been very quiet in stage 2. 2 rounds in a row now. He's won out for the squad.
That was gorgeous. Unbelievable.
Things getting dangerously close again. All of these rounds where it feels like 100 Thieves should have that easy win. They just need to clean things up. The EG players individually, they don't stop fighting for every little advantage they can find, trying to get back in.
Love this pace from 100 Thieves, though. Double flash there. Asuna takes a different tack this time around. He caught Superman with the grenade. Boostio runs headlong. Not that he knows it into Jorg. Everyone's like, wait,
what the hell's happening?
Don't know up from down right now, but Jorg's able to find Boostio.
It's like trying to fight in tilted towers, Mitch.
Is that what we're dropping? That feels like it. Now it's down to Apoth. Slower play from this guy. Looking to make his way through, obviously, 100 Thieves armed to the gills, respectively speaking.
And at the very least, I will say for Apoth on these long flank attempts, is instilling some fear in 100 Thieves. And they, of course, are aware that with this Sentinel-less comp, the flanks are always going to be open. And they played with this enough that they have that in mind. They know how to watch those areas. But Apoth has made it very clear to them early on that their eyes need to be open when they're going for these executes that a player from, B that pushed out of Hookah could be coming through market.
So again, great pace here from 100 Thieves. Really quick off the mark early in these rounds. Asuna brimming with confidence even after a very difficult first half. Being able to manufacture that momentum out of nothing. Hallmark of a champion, or a future one at least.
Bonus round win here from 100 Thieves would be essentially an instant way to tie up this game. EG's economy hangs in the balance right now.
More of a default approach, though, from the attackers. Standard short wall thrown down. And he not looking to take any undue risks as he works his way towards showers. EG, though, not likely to be pulled out of position by any garden variety tactics they need. To see 100 Thieves put the money where their mouth is.
Smoke's down.
The game will be slowed down from 100 Thieves. Not going to accelerate anywhere too fast. Dizzy to clear. Hookah recovered from Boostio. In the meantime, EU working towards showers, which we'll be doing over and over on this attack. Finding moments to use the prowlers and work up. On a round like this, didn't even have to just yet. Just holding those angles slowly.
As that Omen smoke on a dime. 100 Thieves at this point need to push it. Jorg hoping for a little bit of contact through that. Backs away from the Dizzy now. Paint shells from both sides. Creates some spacing. Still 100 Thieves slow on this approach. Very slow. Jorg loves it. Oh, he loves a bit of argy-bargy Wyatt. And he's looking for more. Paint shells go down yet again. Jorg eventually falls. There's EU who's gotten into the fight. And to the back of the side as well. Cryo can scoop that spike up and make a play for it. Nature will have to wait for his teammate to get in position on this flank.
Oh, Nature! Oh, what a shot on the bench! Apoth on this flank again. Cryo has to be weary. This is 3 rounds in a row he's come from this angle.
I think Nature just waits for this, backs off of it, but what an important kill to take now. Make this a 2v1. Cryo none the wiser. Sees the bullets, whips past him, but can't break out of that chokehold. And that was EG's economy. That was swinging, hanging. And they get the foothold here in the second half.
Confidence from the IGL Nature to take that duel. Catches EU jumping up on the bench. There's just that tight angle when you're coming in from spawn. Ice cold from Jawjamo. Superman does well to get the one, but ends up being isolated.
That shot from Nature is so ridiculous.
Playing so well. Matter of fact, is now just 1 away from getting that Trailblazer active very early here. 100 Thieves now on the full buy, almost. Economy is just a little bit off. Boostio is relegated to a light armor stinger.
Boostio, though, no qualms about running in and IGLing the rest of the round from his teammates' perspectives.
Nature just jump spotting there towards B long, something 100 Thieves were denied of because of that consistent one-way smoke from Superman. It's a little bit easier for EG to collect some passive info on this side of the map.
That judge skin has to be a direct response to Boostio. I swear. Okay, Arsena stunned there as he tried to make the approach. Can't really get value out of this judge yet. Staved off.
So awkward. How did they get in with these weak weapons, these close-range weapons? A satchel gone for Arsena now too. It's not like he can try to send himself in backside with some serious speed.
Yeah, just one. I mean, I'd suggest a written invitation, but I don't know if 50 seconds is enough time. And elsewhere, Bang hasn't really been able to do too much here today.
Yeah, 100 Thieves have offered nothing around the map to drag these rotates from EG. They are content staying here right now.
And if 100 Thieves don't wager anything, EG are not going to respond. They're like dormant on B for the time being. All this util, smoke and mirrors. Eventually 100 Thieves have to commit. And now it's tired. Nature trying to hold, it steps up. Arsena's able to find his way now into the effective range of this judge, and it could have been so beautiful. But Apod is going to spring forward from the back of the side with just 8 points of help, but it's a lot to ask for now. Would have to have brought down 2. And the numbers advantage to 100 Thieves gets exacerbated.
I believe that was a seize that came in from EU. And one of the best fades that we have in a game right now, perfectly placed, that whomever that was, that Austin was able to actually get the kill on with the judge because of a little bit of decay, unable to move. Yeah, right here.
That one satchel.
I mean, look at that. Yeah, perfectly placed utility there.
And it could have been more, but he did enough, Arsena. He did plenty.
EU is just so consistent. Really the foundational element of this 100 Thieves team. So reliable.
Jorg is caught. Can they capitalize? Nature draw. Oh, the TP and Boostio! What a massive brace of 3.
Pure prediction.
Now Apod with the boogie. Okay.
Trying to look like George Mo out here.
All right.
You know what?
It's about the mindset.
I've been waiting for that one to get in my store. Trying to recreate that Ascent play.
Absolutely iconic.
Surely I can do it. Maybe a little bit of damage for Apoth, which honestly would be of significance when you look at the state of the 100 Thieves economy. It has not grown whatsoever. This next round will be incredibly important for the result of this game. It's going to be the big ultimate round. It's going to be economy on the line for Evil Geniuses.
It's going to be the inflection point, potentially this entire series.
Absolutely. It always comes late into a game of Valorant when things are close, when all the resources are expended with the game on the line.
It's like Apoth would rather perish to the blast than try his luck here with the Bucky. So 100 Thieves walk away here, 4 up. And EG concede yet another. That 6-round lead has shrunk considerably.
Looking to see if we maybe even get a timeout into this next one. Wouldn't surprise me, as there are 7 ultimates in play. After Boostio just racked up a number of those kills there as well, close to his thrash. This round will be explosive to say the least, Mitch. I mean, showstoppers. Cryo.
This is the round.
Still hanging on to that orbital strike. And you know he likes to use it proactively. They love to combo that with a seize to find picks.
Proactive play towards B long here for EG. So far, the Derek would push ahead of that orb. But now over towards A. Yeah. Here comes the action. Arsena 1-2 satchel, but he misses it. Oh! Catches him! Egg on the face for the 100 Thieves duelist. And all of a sudden, they're brought to a screeching halt.
The pace of the round seemed like it was going to be as fast as it can get into that A site.
The unforced error from Arsena. 100 Thieves now have to pick up the pieces. Time for that contingency.
And what do they do now? Poison Cloud up to try and work, but this Trailblazer spots both. That's some really nice information gathered from the IGL nonetheless Nature. And he's calling for that rotate.
Yeah, we'll draw Cryo out. Crash here.
Actually, to re-clear. Wow, Bang caught Boostio on the run.
And he had no choice. There's no choice now for 100 Thieves to commit to this A site. And the rotates are coming back.
30 seconds left.
Wingman gonna do his best to get the spike down and will be able to. It's going to be a full 5 versus 3 retake. Cryo with a molly, with an orbital strike. That could turn the tides, but in the opposite side, still so many ultimates to play with so much utility. This would be a miracle for 100 Thieves to pull it off.
Now some flank pressures are all being generated. Boostio caught Jorg though. Here it is. A-Path! He's fully blind! Humanity! Turn to a scorch mark on the ground now. We're even in numbers. 3v3, Boostio inside the mosh. Has to push up, but Derek's going to be there to receive him. It's Cryo pushing up, trying to interrupt the defuse. Gets the molly there, but gets brought down by Superman, who saves the day again. And EG has the molly clears as the smoke clears. Stand tall with 3 to increase that lead to 2 rounds.
All of that effort and for what? Such a crucial round again for Evil Geniuses. That was their economy on the line, and it began with Jojimo.
Oh, brother.
Winning that duel of the Rockets. Well done from him. And they, even within that win, EG extract some of these ultimates that were just on the cusp of being enough for 100 Thieves to win. And they fall but that short.
That round really did mean everything, but 100 Thieves have the money to distribute and get a full buy. But all those ultimates now gone.
And with that loss of life on both sides, the economy is just not being built for either team. These rounds are going to swing things so significantly.
Just the odds of catching EU here are so low. He's been so meticulous about how he's probed towards showers. Super might push up into this line. He was ready, but fluffs the shot. Superman gets to walk away.
Going to force out some re-clear utility from that information initiator, the Fade. EU.
No Prowlers left.
No Haunt, at least for now. Going to have to wait for that cycle. Do they re-clear this Superman? Looks like they want to. Jojimo. Double face.
Would let Cryo take an early rotate.
Wow, they've got good information here if they continue to push out. But it might be too little too late. These 2 players from Evil Geniuses, B anchors, Nature and Derek. Will they get support in time?
2 flashes between them in a mosh pit available for the defenders. They can buy this time. 36 seconds left. Preemptive mosh pit here. Timing's pretty good. Arsenal wants to try and send the bomb buddy through. Here we go, satcheling onto the site. Nature backs away into elbow behind that smoke thrown down. So Arsenal gets this space. They're into the back of the B site.
Full 5-on-5 retake now. A situation that EG have certainly practiced. They know what utility they want to send out to burst back into this site.
Orbital strike from the defenders. Arsenal! Say it ain't so! Gets caught out by it. A-Poth good for that one. Cryo has to back out of elbow now. The numbers favor EG and Cryo can't put it out. He's overwhelmed!
The protocol is perfect from Evil Geniuses. Oh, and that paranoia finds such value towards elbow. Clears so much of it. And it's sometimes little scenarios when the game is getting scrappy, when it's down to the wire, when you don't have time to think about maybe every little thing. You're not used to getting hit by paranoias on blind, you know, not always ready for a situation like that. Oh, the way that EG burst out of that main door as well. A-Poth on this brimstone.
And what happens here with Arsenal is again, he doesn't have any satchels to quickly get out of that Brim ultimate. He also has been peeking at the screen of the player on his immediate left pretty frequently. Or on his right, I guess he's at the end. Unsure, but man, that was tough to see that happen. They had full side control. And he didn't even look to make an attempt to get out of that.
You can even see EG's comfortability, their confidence in playing that full retake situation by the way they just backed out. They didn't even play for spam. You saw when Asuna was walking in there, I think it was Nature and Elbow, didn't even fire a bullet at him off that audio cue. They just played back, held their ground, and went for that full set piece. Worked to perfection. 11-8 the scoreline. The timeouts have been a little bit more sparse on buying. They were coming round after round when we were back on Lotus. That old coaching duo that led EG to the Champions win last year. They had to have their back and forth, their say.
I mean, there is a veritable chess match occurring outside of this game between the two of them. This time it's 100 Thieves, though, that have been put in check. Still able to buy a little bit here, but it's a little rocky. I'll give it to you straight. Just the one Vandal to play with. Must win round for the Thieves.
And it looks like a pretty standard start for Evil Geniuses. That smoke is going to come down over towards a short, which gives Jawjamo the ability to watch it from top truck.
Maybe even for some re-clear utility just for that cubby. Jaw getting lined up. Trying to hide away. Trailblazer clearing B long here for EG, so that's very good info.
And that top truck position can be very nice for taking duels against those weaker weapons. It offers a bit of a longer range line, but Jawjamo will fall back. EG are content playing this one incredibly slow at the moment.
Another clear of B long. EG, I think, have sniffed this one out. Here it comes. Oh! That's his head ripped off by EU. Free haircuts.
Oh, EU!
Doesn't know what hit him there. EU was beautiful.
Perhaps giving up too much space. They had no idea what was happening in shower. It almost felt like they thought they had eyes on it or smoke on it, something. Jawjamo completely caught. EU just fully walked up.
Such a huge round here for 100 Thieves. Remember, just the one Vandal they brought in here. They explode onto the site.
Here's Apoth coming from market for the millionth time. And Asuna way too ready. Nature caught as well.
Time for approach.
Okay. They just waltz on in and take that. EG gave up too much space towards shower, and it felt like they weren't even aware of how far EU could have been pushed up. Jawjamo was just not ready to take that engagement, and that satchel across from Asuna, the triple as well, was really nice from 100 Thieves.
See here that Superman play out of U-Haul. And EU, in the meantime, just tearing his team to shreds for that shower push.
One enemy remaining.
Of course, that late rotate came through. Not much that could be done there for EG. And 100 Thieves have bought themselves out of bankruptcy.
As a matter of fact, they've entirely flipped the economy because of the saved rifles. Now EG, they're on the precipice of it being broken, which will force them onto an eco. So effectively, if 100 Thieves win this round, this could mean tying up the game.
One round that's worth 2 for the Thieves. Arsenal will be confirmed there. Nature wants to play somewhat close to Octagon.
Cross map on this round. Superman is actually pushed up a little bit deeper in shower, gaining some more information for his team to play off of. This Trailblazer re-clear gets shot by 2 players, so Nature's going to feel that presence. Perhaps Apoth over from the A side will begin to drift over at some point. It might just be these anchors forced to back off. I could see another 5v5 retake situation coming into play here.
Meanwhile, Superman still inching further forward out of showers. Here come the Thieves, though. Pretty cautious about this. EU thinks about diving that smoke, but now he can get backside again. So the double stack up in elbow here for EG as we've got 2 coming from the rotate. Superman's timing will be pretty late. It's being watched for anyway. Dizzy out of elbow, Asuna blinded up, couldn't win that fight against Apoth, it was all too easy, and he's able to swing that corner. 2 for Apoth, Jaw got taken down by the Molly though, and Nature wants to pressure this back corner. 1 is good, 2 even better. Derek's gonna make sure of it now, it's bang. In that 1 versus 3, inside the pit.
Oh, this game is so close!
Wild spray. But EG secure it.
Was able to get that in the midst of all of it as well. He was 1 orb away, got it. Pop that ultimate off. These retakes again from EG. You can see the confidence in it. Similar to that last round, they have 2 players there. They fall back, retain the space in elbow, gather up, full set piece.
And it's a Dizzy that comes out of the vent, right? Stunning Arsenal just there that starts this off. The flood from elbow, overwhelming 100 Thieves, and the Viper's Pit just not nearly enough.
And that little cubby double stack was really nicely dealt with. That Spectre run and gun jiggling back and forth, drawing the crosshairs, and then the jump peek even for that trading effort to come through.
There.
Nicely handled.
Match point for Evil Geniuses. Potter already prophesied a 3rd map in the works. That may well be the case here as 100 Thieves have had to scrape together their funds. At least have the Nightfall to play off of. Boostio again can get that Thresh online. This might be why they're trending this B-long direction.
Seems like Potter has a knack for making her words a reality. When she said, never lost to Sentinels, well, came true.
Still haven't lost.
Beat Sen, said it was going to map 3, and they're on the cusp of that right now. They just have to play effectively around EU's Nightfall. In this situation, again, these Trailblazers are getting some quality value for EG's rookie IGL nature. He's been playing towards elbow. Derek just top container right now.
This round, EG haven't pushed up out of A, so they don't really know anything about the extremities there, but now they've been pulled into the rotate. Here's that Thrash. Boostio got the orb, but it gets cut down pretty quickly. Followed up by a Nightfall. That is going to catch on to the elbow play here. And will allow Bang to come forward. He checks the side. He's not diving that smoke, is he? He is. He's in the smoke. From the other side, Nature's getting pressured pretty heavily here, but he's grouped up with Derek. Arsenal, though, satchel in. Caught by Derek, and now he tries to back away, but the Seas holds him in place. Apot tries. And it's up to Jorg. All on Jorg. As it so often is to try and close the game out here. But he is caught by the Thrash.
Now that's an adjustment. What a fantastic call from 100 Thieves. You guys like playing for your retakes? All right, Ben, we're going to run at you in those positions where you're setting up. Straight through elbow off the Prowler goes Asuna right here, jumping and swing. I mean, of course it's Asuna who jumps and gets the kill mid-air with the Phantom Bullet.
His crosshair oscillating, by the way.
Only him.
Like a tuning fork.
Why never me, Mitch? He does it every time. It's ridiculous. Fantastic adjustment from them. That has been where EG have been able to convert multiple rounds in a row now. Off the set retakes. Totally nullified by 100 Thieves' aggression. Beautiful work from Boostio.
And again, that chess game plays out in the background. Last opportunity here for an adjustment from Evil Geniuses who know they need to close this out. Now they're seeing 100 Thieves walk into their territory, past that B side, into elbow, into CT, disrespecting Smokes and Util. So what's the answer going to be? Do they play more proactively towards B main again?
Right, and now I'm curious to see, we saw 100 Thieves on their defensive half towards B long. They're varying aggressive looks multiple times with players tucked towards the teleporter cubby. Dizzy's going through the wall. Asuna satcheling through. Is that something EG might opt for? Do they want to play a more aggressive look towards long to catch off 100 Thieves while they're gathering up there for their execute? Maybe control Hookah, because this gathering of players long, 100 Thieves, they keep going 4-1. 4 players through long, and meaning Bang alone through Hookah. So maybe they play 2 players in Hookah to control that, keep Bang back, and have that as a location for the post plant.
They are mine.
They are gathering up with a lot more forces on B, though. You can see that already.
And yeah, they're playing way more proactively, Wyatt. That's the adjustment. So they seize control of B long, at least initially.
And even when he's up in the smoke with a shorty. This is a save for EG. Cobble together what they can. And luckily for them, I mean, look at Jojbo, Nature, Apoth. Even if they die without getting a kill this round, that's 3 ultimates into the next to finish this game off.
Such aggressive smoking there from Superman. Another one there, right over towards the top of short. No chance to get value out of that shorty, though. Smoking it again. Some 100 Thieves might give him a little bit of something. He's chummed the waters and the Sharks are beginning to circle. He hears it all. Does he dive in? What? That'll be pretty good. Oh, even better. Bang has to go wild to bring him down, and Superman has already struck gold.
Oh, he saw nothing.
EG can end it here. They can go to a 3rd map on this Thrifty. Bang wanted to force Jorgamo out of it. Just a little bit of a pick to catch Apoth. Spike is now down. Wingman makes sure of that. And now back. Bang retreats. Derek with a Sheriff here from heaven. Boostio and EU have a double face right now. Here comes 2 players out from vents as well. Nature paves the way. Jorg going to try and capitalize, but he gets caught by Boostio. Holds his ground, sets his feet. And it'll be Nature. Oh! Nature! There's nothing human about it! This guy is something else, and EG thrifty the Thieves to take us to a 3rd.
I mean, that's outlandish from the rookie IGL. His first year in partnership. Hasn't even really been on a tier 1 team before. Has never felt the pressure of a match with the stakes like this. Outlandish.
Absolutely absurd moment. We thought it would be on Jorg again. The satchel out of U-Haul behind
And how did Superman get 2 in that smoke? That just should not be happening. He was fully blinded. Just clicked mouse 1 and prayed with the 2nd shorty shot. I thought they nerfed that gun, Mitch. It's not supposed to do that much damage.
And yet another team takes 100 Thieves to task on their self-professed best map, making this a full 3-map series. We'll be back after a quick turnaround, folks. Our analysts are going to get us rolled and ready for our 3rd map.
drawn. They're picked to pieces.
Cloud9 are so good.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch carriers.
I told him, at Verizon, everyone can get the best deals. Like that iPhone 15 on them.
Switching all the time, it wasn't easy.
35. You're gonna be here forever.
And
Here's your wireless contract.
do I need a lawyer for this? Those were hard days.
Representative switch.
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
New and existing customers get iPhone 15 on us when they trade in any iPhone, any condition, guaranteed.
I really wish you told me sooner.
I did.
Step into the ring. Step into the ring. Step into the ring.